Good morning. It is Friday, the 31st of July, finally. And our text for today is from Psalm 17. Hear a just cause, O Lord, and attend to my cry. Give ear to my prayer from lips free of deceit. From thee let my vindication come. Let thy eyes see the right. If thou triest the heart, if thou visitest me by night, if thou testest me, thou wilt find no wickedness in me. My mouth does not transgress. With regard to the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have avoided the ways of the violent. My steps have held fast to thy paths. My feet have not slipped. Well, the psalm, we can take many points of departure here, but for me, it is the question of who is the final arbiter of truth. In our age, we would say, well, we'll let science decide, but we've seen science radically politicized in a number of different venues, including the latest round with this Chinese virus. Or perhaps we would say, well, the smartest people in the room should decide. Let's let the government decide, those elites who rule over us. And yet we see the elites are driven by their appetites for power and lust after nothing more than gaining more power for themselves, the power to enrich themselves and their cronies. Perhaps we would say, well, let the media be the fact checkers. And for those of us who see the media drifting ever to the left, we're not down with that. Or others perhaps would say, well, Twitter should be the final judge of truth, or Facebook perhaps. And we have seen various leaders of tech giants before Congress this week committing perjury. They'll never get charged with it, but they're lying out of the side of their mouth. So who is the final arbiter of truth? Well, for Christians, it must, of course, be the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Augustine went so far as to say God is being itself, but also God is truth itself. God sees. God knows what actually happens. God sees more accurately than whatever videotapes we might have. God sees, God knows, and in the end, when so many competing versions of truth make us bewildered and confused, we must flee to prayer, to the God who actually sees and knows what is the truth, and the God who will finally, if we'll stop resisting, lead us into all truth. Have a great rest of the week. God bless.